Hi, welcome to Weekend Critics. Today the review is on Bhuj, the Pride of India. First, we will get the basic of this story to understand what had happened in 1971 and how this Bhuj is related to it. As we all know, in 1947, not only India got its independence on 15th August, but Pakistan was liberated one day prior with an eastern and western territory. Although the population zone was close to equal, political power was concentrated in West Pakistan and they started exploiting the East Pakistan. In 1970, when election happened in East Pakistan, they wanted to liberate themselves and make an independent state of Bangladesh. In 1971, the Pakistan military began a campaign of genocide against the ethnic Bengali and Hindu religious communities in East Pakistan, but including the Bengali Muslim and other religious groups were significantly affected. Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had concluded instead of taking in millions of refugees, India would be economically better off going to war against Pakistan. Now, all this is for the 10-month Bangladesh Liberation War and later the 13-day Indo Pakistan War. The plan of Pakistan was such that Pakistan Air Force conducted aerial strike on 11 Indian air stations, of which one of them was Bhuj, which is in Gujarat. The plan was to capture Kutch of Gujarat, which is surrounded by 50% sea and the rest land. And Kutch is connected to India by two bridges, Surajbari and Banaskantha. So if they destroy these two bridges along with the Bhuj runway, they can disconnect Kutch from India. Now this Bhuj airport has single terminals that handles all arrivals and the departures. And if gets it under Pakistan control, then India will lose its hold in Kutch. That time squadron leader Vijay Karnik, 23-year-old boy, was posted as base commander of Bhuj Air Force. Pakistan destroyed Bhuj Air Force by 100 bombs and 50 time bomb. And they also succeeded in destroying those two bridges and now Kutch and Bhuj is separated from India. Now Pakistani troop wanted to enter Vigha Kot via Harami Nala, the shortest distance to reach Bhuj Air Base. But the problem is that Harami Nala, one side is sea and on the other side is quicksand. The plan is to attack Vigha Kot by 11 pm and capture Bhuj in the morning at 5 am. Where on one hand Pakistan is gonna attack Vigha Kot with 3 battalion and 100 tanks by 11 pm. That time at Vigha Kot, 120 Indian soldiers and 1 Paggi was posted. And for India, more than 100 troops reinforcement is not possible at the shortest period of time. Now on one side this fight was happening at Vigha Kot in which India almost killed the Pakistanis as is shown in this movie. And on the other side Vijay Karnik had convinced 300 women from the nearby village to rebuild the airstrip so that the Air Force officers could land safely. In 72 hours all 300 women helped repairing Bhuj runway and it's shown its result. The very next day, squadron leader Vikram arrives with a plane with 450 troops in it. This entire 13-day war, the shortest war in history between India and Pakistan, began on 3rd December and ended on 16th, wherein Pakistan surrendered. Now coming to this movie, let's see how well they have shown it. I actually felt that the movie is made to save the taxes. I mean, how come so big superstars agreed for its release of such kind of a movie at first place, wherein the VFX effect was just not at its place. There are some scenes which is hilarious. When Ajay Devgan at one place is shooting fighter jets so boldly, and when that fight gets over, he is shown laying down on the ground. And that raises the question when and how. The slow motion effect of running Ajay Devgan all of a sudden stops and the real run was very clumsy. Also, he was shown cleaning blood from his face as if he was cleaning it from the blood itself and not from the water. Also, it has been shown that he is the only one who is shooting the Pak flight jets. Or he is single-handedly killing the spies. Or when he lets the rope connect him to 50 time bombs. And despite of all that, he is okay without any serious injury. Most promising actors Sharad Kelkar and Sonakshi Sinha. I don't know what has happened to both in this film, but it wasn't just up to the mark. Whether it's Mahesh Shetty or Pawan Shankar, acting was super flop. Sanjay Dutt's role was indeed okay. Nora Fateh, except her Jai Hind, rest of her acting wasn't that great at all. I really liked Amy Wick's performance in this film. His acting compared to all was very good. I liked when Ajay Devgan throws away the matchbox in slow motion. It's something very stylish. Song in this movie, O Des Mere, sung by Arijit Singh at the end of this film is very soulful. I give 3 stars to this film. One for the reason that it's a patriotic movie and the O Des Mere song. Second for the story for bringing up the important aspect from the 1971 war. And third entirely for the Ajay Devgan powerful narration and Amy Wick performance. Thank you.